Hello, beautiful souls. Coach K here, Self-Ease Solutions. Talking a bit more on 3D to 5D as I have said I'm going to do and as has been requested. So, and there are so many videos and things like that on YouTube. Maybe you like my voice and want to hear it from me. A-okay, give me a thumbs up if that's the case. The more we talk about it, the more we listen, it helps us to attune to the idea of the fifth dimension. A lot of people still feel a little bit confused by it. Is the world going to crumble and end, and we're going to become unconscious and then wake up in this new paradigm? And the thing is, this paradigm and this dimension, the fifth dimension, already exists. However, Earth has not been in it. Earth has humans. Humans can be very low frequency and dense. Earth as a planet is a living creature. It's a living thing. So it's constantly evolving. There's this evolution. And when we look back at history and time, there has been civilizations wiped out because planet Earth, Gaia has decided that no, they're not worthy anymore, or it's time, right? I'm going to share something with you about this. Something that has came to me via my experiences, via meditation, via connecting to my clear senses, via astral travel. There is a galactic federation. It exists. Similar to the movies where there is several species gathering to talk about what's happening in the galaxy. If I sound crazy and that's what you feel right now, namaste, right? If you're open, maybe listen. And anything that I say, if it resonates with you, great. I like to hear comments and feedback. Because wonderfully on my journey, I know that I have spoken about things. And some people who are open to listening but not really sure have stayed open and they have seen things come to pass. They have had other people, places and things validate what I've said. And I trust in that and I'm okay with that because I don't need someone to believe me for it to be true for me. So I will continue to speak about that Galactic Federation and a meeting I was so fortunate to be privy to an experience. And I'll be so glad to hear if anyone has had a similar experience. So Galactic Federation, the idea that Earth was going to, I'm going to say not Earth, humanity as we know it was going to be extinct. There are many days where we have had it predicted it's going to be the end of the world. We reach that day, and we're waiting and we're still here. Now, predictively, these things were going to happen. It was time. You know, we've had Atlantis, we've had the dinosaur, we've had the Ice Age, we've had ages and civilizations that have been wiped out. Us too, it was going to happen. Humanity became so dense, so low frequency, so ego-centered. It was kind of time to make a fresh, right? But there were, I'm going to say, guardians of our planet that fought for us and to fought for humanity. They could see the love and the opportunity for so much souls and I'm going to say so much of frequency shift and changes possible, that they fought for us, for our existence to continue. So here we are, learning, growing, sharing, connecting to spirituality, knowing of ourselves, so that we can ascend and be of a higher frequency. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. So many of us, because we're ego-centered, We're holding on to fear. Fear is a big one. We have been conditioned almost to live in fear and to be afraid of things that actually, if we walk through, we can learn, grow, and ascend, and we can let go of a lot of things that we're holding back and which is holding us down. Think about this: down. If we want to ascend, we need to be lighter so we can go up, not down. So the idea was that, hey, let's please give humanity an opportunity and a chance. But what that meant was the mission now was to raise humanity's consciousness level as a group, right? How do we do that? So one person at a time, raising their consciousness, raising their frequency, and then helping others to come through too. And this is why there are so many people helping and introducing things, tools to help people to raise their consciousness. That's another conversation. The how-to is another conversation. But what I'm really explaining is fundamentally what is happening and why it's happening now, or all this is happening now, and this talk about third dimension to fifth dimension shifting. And we've got so much teaching and education around it. If we choose to listen to it, doesn't mean it's going to be easy, because saying one thing and saying one thing is different from doing it, right? And there's a gap between that. So there's so many of us that are working on this gap. I encourage you, if this is you, if you have felt something happening outside of what you can see, it's because it is happening. Okay, so we were fought for humans. Okay, let's give them an opportunity. Let's give them a span of time to raise their consciousnesses, because they're worth it, and there's value in so much. There's just value in that human experience. However, there are darker forces that want to stay in that third dimension, that ego, that fear base. And so they are doing everything they can, and they have been, to keep as much energy, because they are fueled. When you are fueled by fear and you give that negative energy towards it, towards the worry, towards suffering, it is fueling that dark energy, right? So the idea is that there's this split between those of us that kind of deserve to reside in the fifth dimension, that want to, that are kind of sick of this fear-based, ego-centered mentality and experience. And we want to ascend that. But so this is what's happening. It could have happened like this. Humanity wiped out. And as a soul, when you're in this space where we decide whether we want to incarnate, there's no human being. There would be no human beings to incarnate into to have a human experience. So it could have happened that way. How about we shift the earth to fifth dimension, it gets shifted, and then only if you are high enough of frequency, then you can come through. But then that's flawed. There's a flaw there. So the decision was made to say, okay, there's going to be a dimensional shift. So almost of a duplication of Earth, a higher frequency and a lower frequency, one where it exists in the third dimension, and in another, in the multiverse, in this fifth dimension, Earth also resides. However, the difference is actually the souls that are already here and that are wanting to reside in fifth dimension. We can do it with our human bodies. However, a few things have to happen. Our human bodies have to become more light, more crystalline, Christ-like, or crystalline, right? In order to exist on the fifth dimension. So what does that look like for us? It looks like us shifting, changing, letting go of what does not serve us, letting go of low frequencies, people, places, and things. And this is why there has been so much, I'm going to say, suffering, and people feeling like they're in survival modes, or people feeling like they've lost connections with people, places, and things, and then suffering or feeling this pain through it. It has to happen in order for us to be lighter. those of us that wish for living in that better world, in that better space, better being, higher vibrational, more heart-centered, more loving, less stress, less depression, less pain and suffering, ultimately less greed. So this is what the shift means for us as a soul wanting that experience. So we're going through a transformation. It's a huge transformation. And what's it going to look like physically? Physically for us, our physical bodies, we're going to be in that physical body, those of us that want to reside in the fifth dimension, but it's that level of that level of consciousness. It's that different way of thinking, or I'm going to say connecting to those higher vibrational thoughts, the ones that help us to feel good and have a healthier experience and a happier and a higher experience, versus the thoughts that keep us in a lower frequency, mental, physical, emotional space. So that's what it is. It's not this big bang that's going to occur. It's happening right now. It's happening. That divide. Earth will continue. It will, as a living, breathing, powerful structure, it will continue to thrive, but in another dimension. And those of us that are willing to go and walk through the fire will be in that place. I'm going to liken it to what the Bible talks about when it talks about hell and heaven, when it talks about Eden and this place, right? Or heaven, I'm going to say, actually. I'm going to liken our experiences to that, because religion knows all these ancient secrets, and people who have created religion have created their own stories and versions around what is ultimately fundamentally happening for everyone. Just the way that they look at it. So I encourage you all to continue the journey of knowledge of what is actually happening. I encourage you all to continue the journey of knowing thyself, knowing yourself, who you really are. And to either start or continue to let go of that which does not serve you. And to join communities that are higher frequency. And you will see and feel the difference. And it's not going to be easy, because we're letting go of so much of what we know or we're comfortable with. Stay with it. Stay connected. I wish you all the best on your journeys, as I am also journeying, right? But knowing what I know and being able to have seen what I've seen is precious and amazing. And it is I've chosen it to be my responsibility and a duty to help those who I can with the knowledge I have and the love that I have. And also, the hierarchy of light, I have people that are I'm gonna say higher in frequency than me, also helping me, right? So we're helping each other in a bid to ultimately help as much people as possible to be in that fifth dimensional space. You know, I'm not perfect, but I'm doing it. And it is my hope that many of you do decide to do it too. If not, you can stay back down there. You can stay back down there in hell, in third dimension, and that's a choice. That's free will, right? So all of that to say, I will be talking more on the hows, how to be more fifth dimensional. I will be talking more about the ancient wisdom of the Kabbalah, but from a place where we can really connect to and understand as on whatever levels we are at. All right, I'm going to trust in that and say ta-ta for now, and I'll see you in the next video, or maybe live or in person, who knows. But for now, namaste, beautiful souls, selfie solutions all day, every day. And I'll see you soon. And please comment. I like to hear your feedback. Let's start a conversation. Let's do it.